Hello, I'm John Beckord of Forward Janesville. Today my guest is Bud Gayhart from the Center for Innovation and Business Development. And as I understand that, Bud, that includes the Small Business Development Center and the Wisconsin Innovation Service Center.
That's correct, John.
Maybe you could distinguish the two and,
Sure.
and briefly tell the viewers what's the difference.
Sure. The Small Business Development Center is part of a network of SBDCs across the United States. The Wisconsin network was established 33 years ago, and all of the centers are connected to a four-year campus. So if you think in terms of the state of Wisconsin, they're sprinkled around the state and they serve a specific territory. Our office is responsible for 5 counties, so we have connectivity to businesses in Walworth County, Waukesha County, Rock County, Jefferson, and Dodge. The Wisconsin Innovation Service Center, on the other hand, is what we refer to as a specialty center. It was carved out 32 years ago, and it was launched at UW-Whitewater as kind of a market research enhancement to give assistance to small businesses and provide reports, a mechanism for small businesses to really gain some market data that they otherwise wouldn't have access to. It was the first one in the United States to be established like that. It has become the model for others around the United States, but we kind of have what we refer to as our secret sauce, and that's access to more than 1,200 industry experts who can provide assessments on feasibility of proposed technology or opinions on access to markets and other things. So WISC does some pretty cool stuff.
One of the topics that I wanted to cover today is the idea that you as an organization, you personally of course, but also the organization can offer services to small businesses to help them diversify their customer base. That is hugely important to a lot of businesses. Perhaps you could talk about the kinds of services that you can provide to help businesses diversify their customers.
We developed a diversification tool just over 5 years ago, and actually it was at the request of a servicing institution in Michigan who was connected to a lot of second and third tier suppliers to the automotive market. And when the auto industry got into difficulty in '07, they recognized that there was a major challenge, and if they didn't have access to new markets, some of their clients were in danger of going out of business. So we developed a market research tool that would take the talent, skills, and abilities of those companies and overlay them into new industry sectors. So what could they do in aerospace? What could they do in mining? What could they do in oil exploration? What could they do in marine applications, agricultural manufacturing, and others? So we look at approximately 15 clusters. But it's really gone beyond just the basic manufacturing sector now. We know that this is a process we can provide and have provided to B2B companies. So if a business is doing business with other businesses, this is a market research tool that can be transformational.
I would expect there's some cost to that service. Is that true?
Certainly there is. We by no means operate under a full cost recovery model, but we do charge a basic fee for our services. A market research study of that type typically is a $3,000 cost to the client. But right now we have access to some grant dollars, and the benefit of that is that 75% of that cost is underwritten by the grant.
Oh.
So the out-of-pocket cost to the client is now $750.
Wow. How might someone who's interested in this service go about determining if they're a good fit and whether or not you have a place for them in your
Certainly.
Work plan?
You know, our capacity is there, so that's not an issue. We have the ability to deliver on these reports to area businesses. If your business is focused on serving other businesses, again, B2B, so you're dealing primarily with other business clients, you're probably a good fit for what we can provide. We could have that conversation, so that could be started as easily as calling our office in Whitewater at 262-472-1365 and connecting to one of our market research managers to discuss the topic and get better insight into how that might proceed. If it becomes a project, we're looking at typically about 60 working days to start to finish to complete one of these. But if you think about it in the terms of working days as opposed to calendar days, it's closer to 90 days. We can do multiple projects simultaneously, so it's not like we have to complete one before the next one starts. So the capacity is there.
All right. Thank you for explaining that, and I hope you can talk perhaps about some success stories in a future episode, and we'll leave it there for now.
Great.
And appreciate you coming in.
We look forward to sharing that.
Thanks
you,
for
John.
viewing.